Well, one of the big keys here was our blocking again, and then forcing them into some unforced errors that frankly are a little bit not normal for that team. But you get in these long rallies, and we continue to block. They get impatient, and that's what happens. We did a fantastic job offensively. The distribution of sets was good. And we just played with great maturity. And, these two sitting here both obviously played great. But I think everybody played great. And then the third thing, and what we've been working on all year, and it is paying off for us, is our service pressure was really good. And that was, everybody was talking to me about the second set. That was basically, I don't even remember who was serving. Was it Paul? Who served that long point?
She had a long run, Paul. Yeah.
I mean, and those long point runs occur because they're in a weaker rotation and we're serving the crap out of it. So, so we did a lot of the things right today that we want to do to disrupt another team. We passed the ball well, which is what we did not do in Fresno. So it was just really a complete turnaround for us. I'm very proud of these guys. They get, a day and a half off here before we prepare for Wyoming. And but we got to move on and try to win this league now.
Would you say this is the best match you guys have played this season?
Yes, I think so.
You said earlier they play with a lot of maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you've seen develop over the course of the season?
Well, it's developed because it's like we were in these sort of uncomfortable situations earlier in the season with injuries and playing different back row people and trying to settle on a lineup. And, now we're kind of doing what we want to do with all of our players healthy. And I think that we've got a pretty nice combination of players on the court, and so they're playing with good maturity.
Brianna, we saw a little bit of a different role for you today, not necessarily the highest attacking player on the court. Do you feel like over the course of the season you've become one of the most versatile players in this roster?
I mean, I'm definitely working to be great at every aspect of the game, passing, serving, blocking. So in practice, I'm trying to be intense but intentional at the same time. So today it felt really good, really comfortable when I was back there serving and getting some block touches.
Kirsty, you consistently are a net presence, just dominating, especially in that first set when you guys had 6 blocks. What is it, game in and game out, that gives you such fire and aggression up there?
I think it's the determination that we want to get some blocks. That's something we've definitely been working on in practice, and so each game that I go into, or that both of us middles go into, we want to do our job and be able to get as many blocks as we can, so we want to keep that going and keep that determination.
This team has been characteristically really good at blocking for a long time now, but that first set was probably one of the best blocking sets you guys have had in a while. Was there something about it that you guys keyed in on for anybody?
I think we were just ready to get some blocks. We knew that they were good, and coming into this game it was going to be a really competitive one, so we wanted to do everything that we could, and blocking is one of those things that we really wanted to focus on, so we came in ready to do it and tried to get it done.
Tom, what do you think the team did differently in this game compared to the last time you saw Fresno?
Well, we passed better, and we played, everything hinges on that. Because if you're just constantly scrambling, you have to be really, really good in order to play well. We passed much better, and so there was tempo in our offense. And that team is what we call a bunch read blocking team. If you set everything high, they're going to be good. They're going to put good blocks on you. And we were able to keep some things pretty fast, change things up a little bit. So really, that's what it was. And even when they're doubling us, because they're coming in a little bit late, the block's a little fractured. It gives us an opportunity to get some kills because we're playing a little faster. And that all comes about because we're passing the ball to Katie.
You mentioned that bunch read blocking set. Is that why it seemed like the tempo on the attacks was a lot different today? A lot more tips, a lot of like mid-speed attacks?
For us or them?
For you guys.
I mean, I think the tips were occurring in trouble situations, which is what we train. But would you say that's correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. we're not much of a tipping team. I wish we kind of would do it more, but I think we were tipping a lot in sort of, and the tempo does, sometimes it can be negative and create a situation where you have to tip because the ball's faster than you can get there with your feet. And that did happen. That happened to Jess toward the end of the match. But it's not the hitter's fault. It's basically Katie, and she knows it. She's got to get a ball that's hittable.
Tom, what do you think happened early in that third set? They're able to get 5 quick errors off of you guys.
Yeah, we, well, I mean, I know we hit an unforced error. We got, Pauline actually hit 2, I think. We missed a serve. I mean, we just did some giveaway things that, and they're too good. If you do that, they're going to jump ahead of you. And so that's what happened.
Brianna, what's it do for a player when you have the crowd fired up like this? It's a good atmosphere.
I think we all play off of that. We had a great crowd today, and they really energized us, which is what we needed for this pink out. We were looking forward to playing a great match against Fresno State, and so I think all of us kind of played off of it, and we're just like more intense, but like, I don't know. we just excelled with the crowd as well.
Kirsty, what has changed since the last loss in Blair? Like as a team?
A lot. Just kidding. I think that our attitude has changed. You know, we don't want to face that again. We don't want to go through that again. So I think that all of us have a determination to not let it happen again and to play each game 1 point at a time so that we, you know, in the end come out with another win.
Big win for you guys, probably a game you've had circled for a while. Is it on to Wyoming, or is it let's celebrate this one for a little bit?
Well, I think they all have to pause and celebrate a little bit. But we'll go on to Wyoming on Monday when we practice. Because I do think you got to feel good about what's going on. And, you know, somebody, I think you mentioned something about, you know, their attitude changed when we lost 2 matches in a row. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes that has to happen, where, you know, a team starts to show a little vulnerability and all of a sudden they're like, we got to shore some things up, you know? And then we got healthy again with Amanda, which really makes a big difference in service, really big. And so it was, I just feel like so many good things will happen.
Yes.